Today we're checking out Tezzeret the Schemer in Oathbreaker and seeing what kind of signature spells might pair best with him. For 2 blue-black, he starts at 5 loyalty. +1, create a colorless artifact token named Ethereum Cell. With tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. -2, target creature gets +X -X until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control. -7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 5/5. So that +1, making the Ethereum token, that's just treasure, right? That is essentially just a treasure. I guess this card was printed in 2017 before treasures were like all over the place constantly. And I like the versatility of the -2. You can either use it to pump a creature or kill a creature. The -7 is a little disappointing though, isn't it? It's not like an automatic game winner there. You just turn one of your Ethereum cells or something else into a 5/5 that doesn't even have evasion. And yeah, it gets to stay a creature, it's not until end of turn, and you get to do it on each of your turns, so that's cool, but I just feel like it could have been pushed a little harder, that's all. Now let's talk signature spells. The #1 most popular choice signature spell with this Tezzeret is Thoughtcast at 25% of decks, a sorcery for 4 and a blue with affinity for artifacts. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Draw 2 cards. Fun fact, Thoughtcast is actually the most used signature spell in the format. Yeah, it's that good. And this feels like the perfect planeswalker to use it with, because that +1 makes artifacts that count towards our affinity for artifact count. Second place at 11% is Battle of the Bridge, a sorcery for X black with improvise. Your artifacts can help cast the spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. Target creature gets -X -X till end of turn, you gain X life. So this makes your Power Stone token, you don't have to sacrifice it anymore. You can just tap it for mana. Also, it's got Tezzeret in the art, and you get some cool style points for that. Third most common also has Improvise, Word of Invention, an instant for X blue blue blue. Search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost X or less, put it onto the battlefield. I like the idea of a toolbox signature spell that can just go get whatever you need in that moment. It could also be good for combo if you want to do that. Not being much of a combo player myself, I'm not sure exactly what you'd get, but I'm sure there are things you can do with this for combo. Fourth place is Tezzeret's Gambit, a sorcery for 3 and a Phyrexian blue mana, which remember you can pay with blue or 2 life. Draw 2 cards, then proliferate. Again, this is another Tezzeret card. People like playing signature spells that match their planeswalker. I think that's pretty cool too. I'm not sure about this one though. Obviously you can proliferate up the loyalty on Tezzeret, but I'm not sure what else the deck would do with this. I don't know. Moving into lesser used options, I really like Shape Anew, a sorcery for 3 and a blue. The controller of target artifact sacrifices it, then reveals cards from the top of their library until he or she reveals an artifact card. That player puts it onto the battlefield, then shuffles. That's right, turn your Ethereum Cell tokens into like Blightsteel Colossus or something crazy like that. The one thing about this though is you don't want to be running a lot of little artifacts that do nothing. You want only bomb artifacts in the deck, and that is kind of at odds with the -2. I mean, the -2 does still work just with the Ethereum tokens that you've plussed into, but it really does weaken that. We could plan to plus Tezzeret many times until we had a lot of mana for Insanguinate. And remember, this is a 20 life format, so it takes a lot less to drain everybody out than it does in Commander. If we wanted some redundancy for Tezzeret's -7 to turn artifacts into artifact creatures, how about Rise and Shine, a sorcery for 1 and a blue, but it overloads for 4 blue blue. Target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 0/0 artifact creature, but 4 +1/+1 counters on each artifact that became a creature this way. A friend of mine used to run this as signature spell with a different planeswalker, and it was a lot of fun. I wouldn't say it was overpowered, but it was a very fun deck. One with the Machine is another card with Tezzeret in the art. It's a sorcery for 3 and a blue. Draw cards equal to the highest mana value among artifacts you control. In the right deck, this could be really good. I don't think this is naturally the best one for it, but it could be good depending on how you build it. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. That helps out my channel a ton. Here's a couple more Oathbreaker videos that I think you might like. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.